In this episode, we talk about
hot chips.
We talk about getting stuck in and out of fans.
We talk about cats in bed jackets.
All that and much more.
Enjoy!
Hello and welcome to this episode of Multiple Shenanigans, the Spotty Parties episode. My name's Letitia.
My name's Jeanette.
So Jeanette, how's your week been?
It's been all right. Endeavouring to carry on eating more healthily, which I'm getting into quite a lot actually. Doing my chia seed pudding, and I did go, I say this, but I did go too far again because I'm an idiot. You know, I was saying about cacao nibs being amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you have too many cacao nibs?
You can have too many cacao nibs. So I'd had some at night, but I'd also had a bit of dark chocolate in the day. And all of a sudden, my eyebrow started twitching on its own. And you could really see it just like this bit moving. It went on for ages. First of all, I was like, oh, it's an MS thing. Oh no, what have I got now? And then I just woke up the next day and it had gone. But I had a huge, like, where my eye had obviously twitched itself, a massive crease down the front of my head. I was like, oh. And I was just like, that's because I've had too much caffeine, isn't it?
Caffeine headache, yeah, of course.
Yeah, what an idiot.
What an idiot.
Just like, these are tasty and healthy and amazing.
Well, interestingly, I had an idiot moment, but from things that are bad for you, as you pointed out. I managed to get myself locked in the back of my own van yesterday. I'm looking to move, so I was looking at a flat, thinking a flat would be more sensible, all on one level and everything.
Nice.
Looked at this flat, and then I thought I'll walk around the area and see what it's like. And I walked past this couple, and this guy had some chips. You know, when they just smell so nice. And I said, where did you get those chips from? He said, oh, Mo's just down there. I thought, I've not had chips from the chip shop since, well, I had them on holiday, but apart from that, I've probably had them 5 times in the last 18 months. So I thought I'm allowed some.
Yeah.
So I went to the chip shop, got these chips. They were very nice chips. Then I proceeded to get lost because I'd forgotten where I'd come from and where my van was. And I thought, well, I'll just sort of head in that direction. It's got to be over there somewhere. So then I discovered all the dead ends in Netherfield that you can't get through to the next road. I just got to that bit of, you know, when you're a little bit tired and you think, oh, I've kind of should have really not done this. And I thought, oh, I've got the address and the thing that finds you the thing on your phone, the direction thing. What's it called?
What, like a sat nav?
Yeah, the directions to where I was going. Yeah, because I'd followed the sat nav to get to the viewing. So I followed the sat nav back to where the viewing was so I could get to my car, my van. Then, by that point, I really needed a wee. And I think I mentioned before, but I have an ensuite in the back of my van.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's really handy. So I nipped in the back of my van, did what I needed to do, and then went to open the back door, and the handle came away in my hand. It's like, this is not good. It's not good. It's really hot. It was a really hot day. I'm in the back of my van. Luckily, I could wash my hands and everything, and I had my chips that I'd collected. So I just thought, I'll eat my chips then. There's not a lot else I can do. I thought, I'm in Netherfield, which is completely the opposite side of Nottingham to where I live and the people that I generally know. And I suddenly thought, oh, my friend's sister lives in Netherfield. I wonder if she's anywhere near here. So I rang my friend and said, how are you? I said, well, actually, I'm in a little bit of a pickle. I managed to do that, getting locked in the back of your own van in a different part of town, feeling a bit silly, all because I stopped for chips, got a bit lost, got a bit tired. And she rang her sister, and her sister was literally one street away, which was very lucky. And then I was rescued by the marvellous Sarah, who just opened the door from the outside.
So you just literally open it?
Yeah, all it needed was somebody to just open the handle, but there was nobody came past the van. And those that came past the van, every time a person was walking up, I thought, all right, I'll bang and shout. A really noisy car came by and they never heard me. Food can lead to silly things, really, can't it?
If you could have been like a dog in a hot car. Oh, that reminds me though, we've got a problem with our cat Chip. We got him a harness to take him on a walk. But when we put this harness on, he seemed very calm and happy. And somehow this developed into every night before bed, we put him in this little jacket, which it essentially is. And he goes off to sleep and he's happy. He starts to purr. He's really into it. But it's got hot now, hasn't it? So
I know.
Last night it was very apparent that we were like, can't put that jacket on when it's too hot. But then he obviously really wanted the jacket. He like wouldn't rest. And he was just going, we got the jacket out and he's like, you can just tell he really wants the jacket. Put it on him. But then of course I wake up in the middle of the night just like, it's so hot. Oh my God. Where's Chip? Is he okay?
Yeah.
And he's flat out on the floor like.
He likes his bed jacket.
Yeah, he just does. It feels ever so weird, but he really does. Such a little weirdo. But if we need like a light version.
Yeah, you want the summer bed jacket and the winter bed jacket, maybe.
Yeah. Any inventors out there?
Maybe you just need to like fashion a little cotton jacket. Like, so it's got something on, but nothing else to it.
What is it? Broderie anglais.
Yeah.
A smart Chip about town.
Absolutely, yeah. If anybody out there has the skills, I'm sure if contact Jeanette, she'll give you his measurements.
So good. Matching visor.
That's for when he's at the table, though, the poker table, isn't it? Yeah. Well, my cat I was sat on the sofa. I must have fallen asleep because I watched a programme and it was the very end bit where you got the results. It was that 21 Days to Better Health or something like that.
Oh yeah, I saw the end of that also.
Did you? I saw all but the very end when they were all going to get their results because I was watching it and then there was something else on the television. So I must have just had a little nod off at some point. But when I woke up, I was sat there, my cat was laid all the way up me, so her head was like on my tummy and everything, and she was laying on her back with her mouth slightly open, snoring gently. I just thought, I can't throw her off and go to bed now. She was just so gentle.
Oh, that's cute.
I'll add that picture to the end of this so that people can see.
It's very cute. I'll put one of Chip in his jacket.
Yeah. Cat pictures with this episode.
The RSPCA turn up. Why are you dressing the cat like that? Oh, and it's Spotty as well.
On theme. So Chip's on theme. Fabulous.
On theme.
So Spots, we're on a Spotty theme today.
Yes, we are. Yeah. I feel like I've dressed up like a strange air hostess. Cabin crew. Air hostess is a very outdated term, yes, absolutely. So the cabin crew for Spotty Airlines. Yeah, cool. Because you've not just got the stylish scarf, you've also got some trousers.
Spotty trousers. That's very cool. Woo! Yeah, very swish.
Talking of Spotty Airlines, I did actually get shingles on a plane one time.
Did you?
Yeah, well, I kind of had them pre-plane, but I didn't know what it was. And very irresponsibly got onto the plane, thinking it would be okay. And then, I don't know whether it's the pressure or suddenly like, boom!
Shingles on a plane.
And the air hostess, cabin crew lady, cabin assist, what? There's another word for it. I can't think.
Yeah, we'll come back to that word.
She said, "Oh, I think you've got shingles," and she and gave me something to put on them and some paracetamol. She was like, "Oh, somebody's had them recently. I recognised it." And I was like, "What?" And I'd already had it when I was a kid as well, so it was my second bout of shingles.
Oh no! Were you on your way to or from?
From Japan. Cut long flight. Suddenly, and then it got painful. And then I just felt really ill. Had to go we were supposed to get the train from the airport, but then it was either something stupid. I think we'd gone to the wrong airport. Like, we'd flown out from one, flown back to another, and not realised that was going to happen. Something ludicrous, I can't even remember. So we had to go and get on a bus, like a National Express bus, and I'm all...
Did you say, "Give me space,
yeah.
I am contagious"?
Get the bus straight to the walk-in medical centre. It wasn't a good time, I've got to say. But...
No. So do you think these were Japanese shingles that you brought back into the country?
Yeah. I think it basically was literally a case of doing too much in a short period of time. The same old story all the time with this, isn't it?
I was going to say, there is a little theme here, and we're both guilty of it.
Probably drinking too much.
Well, interesting you should say that, because today I've got a nice spotty dress. I'm going to stand up a little bit.
Ooh. Got like a Spanishy flamenco vibe to it, almost.
Almost, yeah. It's even got a designer label that I can't remember the name of. Might come back to me later. Anyway, yeah, so I last summer, in the little bit that wasn't locked down, I went to the charity shops. Yeah, those couple of weeks. I went into a charity shop, and I came back with this dress, and I thought it was brilliant. And then I forgot, because I put it in the wardrobe and, not going out on stuff. And then this morning, so at lunchtime today, I went to meet a friend who's got a birthday with a 0 on it. And we had just a picnic, the two of us in her garden, a birthday picnic. So I thought, oh, my new dress, my spotty dress. So I wore my nice dress, and she had a dress on, and we had our picnic all laid out, and we felt very posh and very proper. And I'd taken a bottle of fizz for us. But because we're both on medication, I don't know if you've tried it, you can get no Prosecco. It's Prosecco with no alcohol. And it comes with a pop, and it comes and it tastes like Prosecco, and it's got the bubbles, and we got really, really giggly. There's no alcohol in it.
It's that's really good.
I know. So no Prosecco is my new favourite thing. So we did the effect of drinking too much, including dropping our food and drink all down us. When you're giggling and you miss your mouth, that kind of thing. We both have MS as well, so as our conversations often do, when you just can't get the word, and the more we were giggling, the less we could catch the right words. So anybody listening to our conversation would have been very confused, I think, but we knew what we meant.
What's wrong with them? And I can see it's no Prosecco.
Yeah, it's all a no Prosecco. It's just, So that's a alcohol bubbles related story, drinking too much without alcohol.
That's nice that it can feel like that.
Yeah.
I'm very responsible of you. Whereas I just was like, I'm just going to do this anyway. And paid the price. It was, shingles is awful. Hurts so much. Have you had it?
No, I haven't, no. But my friend has. I've seen people with it. It doesn't look nice.
It was like all in my hair and down my neck. Ugh.
Chicken pox, is it the grown-up chicken?
Yeah, it's the same virus, yeah.
Yeah, I remember chicken pox. That was not nice.
But I've since seen that on one of the drugs that I was on, that's now on the side effects list. So I don't know. Blame that.
It wasn't doing too much and it wasn't drinking too much. It was all the side effects. Yeah.
Absolutely getting yourself run down and neglected. No, not that.
Well, the thing is, when you have like a holiday or something, just because you've got MS, they don't give you an extra third of holiday so you can pace it out, do they?
No, you still got
to cram it all in the amount of time you've got.
Yeah.
Then come home and be asleep for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So these trousers, I got them really cheap, and they were like a kind of just casual drift around, maybe on holiday on the plane or something. But then I started wearing them last year when lockdown happened, and I've ruined them a little bit because then they became, the association was of just mucking around at home.
Oh, this is because you usually have your wardrobe where it has the gradations where it comes to being the home clothes. And these have gone straight in at home clothes.
Yeah.
Maybe they could aspire out.
I hope so, because
Yeah.
I feel like they were quite smart casual.
Yeah, they look great.
I've made them casual.
Maybe you've just been smart at home.
I don't feel relaxed to be smart at home. I feel like it's almost as if my home is just filthy. It's not filthy. But you know what I mean? I feel like I can't be smart. I don't know what that is.
There is always the cat fur scenario.
Yeah, I think it probably is. That makes a difference.
I'm aware that if I wear something nice that's black, it's not black, it's furry. And if I wear something like this nice floaty fabric, very slippery for pussycats that land on your lap, and then the claws come out and then the little nicks. Not that that's happened yet because she's not seen it. She's not seen me in this one yet.
It's a shame, really, isn't it? But when I realised it was happening with the trousers, I've stopped wearing them until today. So I'm wondering if I can reset.
I think so. I like them. I think they're really cool.
Thanks. They're dead comfy. They were literally like a £5.
All the best things were. I think this dress was a £5.
Oh, £5 spotty things.
£5 spotty things.
Yes.
Where the world is at.
And that's the thing. When I was looking like, oh, this lockdown, we need some leisure wear, as everybody was getting, I was like, well, that's going to cost me something like 30 quid or something when I've got some £5 trousers.
Doesn't balance, does it?
No. Trying to negotiate what it's cheap, but it doesn't feel cheap. Whereas if I spent 30 quid on some tracksuity looking thing, that wouldn't be as cheap, but it would feel cheaper.
I know exactly what you mean. Years ago when I went to Australia, just before I went, I happened to go into TK Maxx, which I do have a little bit of an addiction to. I used to, when we used to do going out. Yeah. It was the shop I would go to. And in one of the branches, there's always this significantly reduced rail of like designer clothes and stuff like that. And I remember I bought this pink silk skirt that was a little bit floaty and had frilly edges, which is not really me. I don't normally do. I know I've got frill here, but back pre this dress, I wasn't a frill person. And I wore it, and it was a silk skirt, and it was really, really light, and it cost me £4 something. It was less than £5, and it was reduced from like 100 and something. But I took it backpacking in my backpack when I went over to Australia. I was actually going to a friend's wedding, so I wasn't backpacking, but I took a backpack, and it just felt really naughty to take out a silk skirt and just wear it for every day. But it was the most practical thing because it was so hot and it was really light and it was really nice. But yeah.
It messes with you a bit, doesn't it, when something's so cheap?
Yeah.
Nicer than its price. I don't feel at ease with whatever's happened here to make this happen.
Strange, isn't it?
It is really weird.
In the olden days, when occasionally one would go to the pub, I wouldn't have worn this to the pub because it would be too fancy to wear to the pub, even though it was a £5.
Yeah.
I'm going to start wearing everything that costs under a tenner everywhere. Yeah. Two of my friends, we used to try and go out and see who had the cheapest outfit, but look, all go out looking nice, but all dressed for less than £30, including shoes. But I could never do it because I couldn't get my underwear in
Even underwear.
Yeah, but when you're a bit bigger and you have to go to Bravissimo, that's blowing the budget on your bra, and I can't just go out in my bra. So I discounted my bra, but everything else under £30. And it was great because we did it loads of times. It's a real good incentive for quality charity shopping and bargain hunting.
Yeah, that's fun.
So, parties.
Parties, yeah, we're talking parties. Well, you've had one today already.
I've been to a party today. Yeah, I'm doing the double today. I've just been to a party in my spotty dress.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm meeting some people at the park tomorrow. That's semi-far. These days,
that's a big thing.
Yeah. It's a little bit party. Any party stories?
Well, there's lots of party stories, but whether they would be shared in this context is another thing. But something I was talking to my friend about, we were doing a little bit of reminiscing like you do when you get an O or a 0. And we were recalling that a party that we'd gone to with a band that we were talking about the fact that we used to be a little bit like groupies because some of our friends were in bands and we tended to go, and we were groupies. It was a good few years ago now, but we'd been to, I think it was our first ever or our second, possibly our first ever MS Society Christmas party, which was a lunch thing. And while we were there, my friend who's in the band said that they had a gig in Sheffield that night. Did we want to come? I said, well, I'm with my friend, bring her. So brilliant. So we went from the MS Christmas lunch to being in the back of a van with a band. Driven up to Sheffield. There was like circus acts and then the band played at the end and there was lots of dance. It was just an all-night party. It was a good party. It was a very good party. But obviously we got a bit tired, like you do. So we were talking about was we'd had a little snooze in a corner, like, you have to do when you've got fatigue. You just have a little sleep, don't you? So we'd both just kind of sat in the corner and fallen asleep and woken up and we're both singing, I saw a mouse where there on the stairs. And it was the most bizarre thing. I don't know what got into our subconscious because it wasn't playing or anything, but we both woke up suddenly singing the same song. It was just really, really bizarre.
It must have been, maybe you must have heard it somewhere. Or
Maybe they played it earlier and it just like drifted through to our subconscious as we were both waking up or something. But that was so funny. So that's what we got the giggles about today, just reminiscing about waking up from in the middle. There's a big thumping party going on, but we just like woke up in the corner and I saw a mouse. Oh, but did we mention that before about sleeping at with big speakers?
Yeah, because I can do it. I'm often makes me fall asleep. Maybe about the MRIs because it's the same kind of thing.
The vibration, the deep vibration, maybe.
Yeah, I need noise to sleep. I can't. If it's dead quiet, I'm more like. Then I'm inventing what's going to happen, who's here. But if it's noisy, I'm just like, the world's carrying on, just doing its own thing.
Yeah.
And then my brain just goes to sleep.
I'm the same. Because background noise. The thing that freaks me out most is if somebody starts creeping around in the house that I'm in. If you've got somebody that comes to visit or comes to stay or anything, I always say to them, please don't creep around when you wake up. Just get up, carry on as normal. I'll probably be still asleep, but just don't creep around. And some people think they're being polite by creeping around, but that makes me instantly like, oh, something's going on.
There's no polite creeping. Like, you get when you go to the cinema, someone will have to walk past the screen and they go, you're like, just go quick. Don't do this like melodramatic.
Or people that walk through your video but duck. but they're still in the video. Just walk by.
Prolonging it and like having some weird little cameo. Oh, here's the creeper.
I had a little cameo once. I was away with my mum and we were in Canada.
A cameo in Canada.
We had a cameo in Canada. Yeah, we'd stayed in this hostel, and we were chatting to these guys, and they were making a Channel 4 documentary for something or other. Forget what. Anyway, later on, we were walking across this park, and they were there, and we were like, "Oh," we stopped so that we didn't walk across their shots. And then they came over. Do you mind if you are people walking through a park in our film? Like, okay, we'll be people walking through the park. So we had this cameo in this film as people walking through the park in Canada.
Did you see it? It's out there somewhere.
It's out there somewhere, yeah.
But it's parties, they're just so long ago, aren't they? So long ago.
Maybe 2 years ago, surely.
I just trying to think of something like in relation to this, and they're just coming out a bit bleak in my head. I remember getting invited to a party in the early days of MS and having to be carried down the stairs, and the host felt incredibly guilty because they hadn't realised that I would need that. I was like, well, you weren't to know. But yeah, Alex had to, if I needed the toilet, had to help me down there. But that's not very party.
It's a thing that does happen at parties though, isn't it? You get invited to a party, but if the venue is not got a toilet on the floor that the party's at, and then to get to it is tricky, it can make such a difference.
Yeah. I mean, it's the reality of it. Saying that, had a good party, as long as you have a strong friend or partner, it's not a problem. That's not saying that it's not terrible that all venues aren't more accessible. That's just saying in that
We're all agreed on that, yeah. In
that case, it was okay.
I think I'd rather go to a party, even if I have a sleep in the middle of it, than not go to a party at all.
Yeah.
And I think people either understand or just think you're a bit odd, but either way, I would rather just go and do that anyway. Not necessarily wake up singing I Saw a Mouse there, but you know. One thing I find a little bit strange is that the concept of, oh, lockdown's over, we can have a massive party all together now. It's like, no. Even if all the restrictions have been lifted, if everybody then goes and huddles in big parties,
it's not okay.
Much as, you know, I would love to go and dance in a place with a live band and lots of people. I'll go and watch the band with lots of live people. Lots of live people.
Yeah, the best kind.
I prefer that kind of
party goers.
Yeah, that kind of thing. The living ones, yeah. I'm not rushing to do that. Okay, so I think that's just about wraps up Spotty Parties for today. We will post pictures of cats, so do check out our notes below. And I've been Letitia.
I've been Jeanette.
We'll see you soon. Bye.